Guys, back again with another tutorial. So I'm going to show you guys how to use the sketch pens in the Cameo 4, or in general use the sketch pens in your normal Cameos or your portrait, and then how to use the pen adapter in the Cameo 4. Same way goes for the pen adapter in the other Cameos and in the portrait. Right now I just have the Cameo 4 pen adapter. It's going to work the same way as the older edition, okay? So I'm going to show you guys how to put the picture into sketch form and sketch it on a piece of paper in the Silhouette Studio and on the Cameos and on our portraits. So I'm going to show you guys everything on how that works and step by step. So follow along. Okay, so I uploaded my SVG, and when you sketch, it's not a fill-in tool. That is a Curio compatibility, or if you know how to do it and I don't know how, I'm soon to learn it. I'm slowly learning along with you guys, but I figured I would show you guys how to use sketch pens. So that way, say if you wanted to make an address label or if you wanted to do other fun things, I'm going to show you guys all of it. So it's going to be a little bit of a long video, and I'll try to make it short the best I can. So over here, I have my page setup panel. I got my machine set to Cameo 4. I have a 12 by 12 cutting mat. And as you can see, this is too big and this is not my normal sheet of paper. So we go to media size and we're just going to set that to 8.5 by 11. Okay. And here is my picture that I want to use. So remember, that's not going to set itself to color or fill in. I just want it to sketch. So I'm just going to set that up to no color inside so it doesn't confuse you guys. And I'm going to shorten that a little bit, and so you guys can see it, I'm going to turn it black. Alright, so I'm going to put that up there, and that's how that's going to be set up. And we're going to push send. So on your send screen, you're going to see these red lines. You're going to think, oh, it's cut lines, I don't know what to do from here. So the sketch tool is always going to be under tool 1. I have copy paper that I'm using. The action is going to be, you know what, I'm going to show you guys how the auto setup works. So for start off, we're going to use this pen. It's called a sketch pen from Silhouette. Just going to write on it and get it started. I don't use these very often. I mainly use my pen adapter, but I'm going to show you guys how to use both of those. So now we're at my Cameo 4, and I'm going to show you guys the setup process with the sketch pen and the pen adapter for the Cameo 4. And don't forget, I'm going to show you guys how to use the actual pen holder after I show you guys how to do this. So skip through or follow along, completely up to you. So open up your pen adapter, set her in there in the notch, close her shut. Let's see if you guys can see. You pull this little lever forward. Come on now. And slip her in there. Lock her shut. Alright? And if you guys have that little gray line, make sure that your mat lines up with that. And then this is your crossbar tool. This comes in handy with holding the mat, so that way it's not going floppy. So line her up. Oop. Good thing I caught that. My roll bar wasn't down. That would have gone wonky and bad. And insert her in. Okay, so that's all set up. So now I'm going to show you guys the setup on the screen. So here's our on-screen setup. When we're using the adapters in the Cameo 4 and the Cameo 4 pin holder, remember, it has that little silver plate back there, so it's an auto-recognized system. So it already set itself for auto, for sketch, auto pen detected, and sometimes it does it automatically, but you're wondering why these aren't highlighting. So we're going to highlight it, and then we'll make sure it's set to sketch. Alright? And then most of the time, I'm just using copy paper and a sketch tool, so I'm going to leave all this at default. So you're going to come down here and push send. But I'm going to set you guys up to see how the Cameo 4 does it with the sketch pens. So there we are. I'm going to push, hold on, make sure my crossbar is up. It is, that's good. And so now I'm going to push send. And what that's going to do, that's sketching the love in the air photo that I sent to the Cameo. And I'm going to show you guys all that after it's all done. Alright you guys, looks like that's all done. That turned out exactly how it shows up on the screen, except for a few blemish marks, but that's not your fault, that's not the machine's fault, that's usually sketch pens. Sketch pens are literally sketchy on how their turnouts go. Sometimes they're really, really good, sometimes they're really, really bad. That's when people ask, well, what do you suggest on when I can't get a sketch pen to work all the time? Get the pen holder, and you're going to see how absolutely amazing and why you should get one of those here in a minute. So that is the sketching on the Cameo 4, or sketching in general with the Cameo machines or the portrait, on how that works in the system and how to set it up. So I'm going to show Cameo 4 users in another video on how to use the pen holder.